Harihi Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Mahaperiyava Sharanam. Shri Soundarya Lahari, explanation of verse 31. Chatushashtya tantraihi sakala mati sandhaya bhuvanam stitas tattat siddhi prasava paratantraif pashupatihi punastvan nirbandhat akhila purusharthaika ghatana swatantram te tantram kshititala mavatita radidam. Verse 30 of Soundarya Lahari describes Atma Upasanai. O Ambige, you are the one who is worthy of adoration. You are the Eternal One. He who constantly meditates on you, who is surrounded by the light rays of Anima and the others generated from your own body as his self, to that Bhakta who considers even Shiva Sayujyam, the wealth of absorption into Shiva, as a piece of straw, the great fire of dissolution performs Harati, the ceremony of waving lights. What wonder is there in this? Indeed, such is the greatest blessing a Bhakta gets when he worships you, considering you as himself. Verse 31 describes Ambigai's Tantram Shri Vidyai. Let us look at the Padacheda and then detailed explanation. Chatuhu Shashtya Tantraihi Sakalam Ati Sandhaya Bhuvanam Sthitaha Tat Siddhi Prasava Paratantraihi Pashupatihi Punaha Tvat Nirbandhat Akhila Purushartha Eka Ghatana Swatantram Te Tantram Kshititalam Avatitarat Idam. Chatuhu Shashtya Tantraihi Sakalam Ati Sandhaya Bhuvanam. Chatuhu Shashtya Tantraihi. With the 64 spiritual disciplines which do not follow the Vedic path and aim at Artha and Kama only. Sakalam Ati Sandhaya Bhuvanam, having deceived the entire world. With the 64 spiritual disciplines, having deceived the entire world. Who is doing the deceiving here? Sthitaha tat siddhi prasava paratantraihi pashupatihi. The deceiving is done by Lord Shiva, Pashupatihi. What is he doing? Sthitaha, desisted. Tat siddhi prasava paratantraihi. To each individually, tat, capable of generating a result. Prasava, siddhi, but restricted to that only. Paratantraihi. Pashupati desisted, having deceived all the world with the 64 spiritual disciplines which are capable of generating a result, restricted to each of them individually. When a Bhakta follows one spiritual discipline of the 64, he gets the Siddhi Anugraha related to that discipline only. And having deceived the entire world, Lord Shiva, Pashupatihi, just sits silently and watches what happens. Punaha Tvat Nirbandhat Akhila Purushartha Eka Ghatana. Punaha, but Tvat Nirbandhat, compelled by, importuned by you, Akhila Purushartha, all the principal objects of life, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Eka Ghatana, brings together as one. Lord Shiva generates the 64 spiritual disciplines and deceives the world because these 64 spiritual disciplines are capable of giving only one anugraha blessing associated with each of them individually. However, Ambigai forces Lord Shiva, she compels Lord Shiva. Why? Her discipline has the ability to bring all the principal objects of life together as one. Swatantram te tantram kshititalam avatitarat idam. Listening to Ambigai's words, Swatantram te tantram, independently, Ambigai's spiritual discipline, the Sri Vidya expounded in the Shubhagama Panchakam, following the Vedic path and aiming at moksha. Lord Shiva causes to descend to the surface of the earth Ambigai's Tantra. Pashupati is the manifestation of all the bhuvas and their 64 tantras, along with and their unifying capability is evident from the fulfillment of dharma, artha, kama, moksha, purusharthas of all the beings in Shrishti. He created the 64 tantras, each leading to the attainment of only one desirable siddhi power, and then he proceeded to slip back into his usual state of pure observer. However, on your insistence, he created your Tantra, Sri Vidya Tantra, which gives the devotee the mastery over all the 64 Tantras and then let it enlighten the earth. Mahamaya Samparam, Yogini Jala Samparam, Tattva Samparam, எட்டு விதமான பைரவ தந்திரம், எட்டு பகுரூப தந்திரம், எட்டு யாமள தந்திரம், சந்திர ஞானம், மாலினி மகா சம்மோகனம், வாமஜுஷ்டம், மகாதேவம், வாதூலம், வாதூலோத்தரம், ஹிருத் பேதனம், தந்திர பேதனம், குஹ்ய தந்திரம், காமிகம், கலாபாதம், கலாச்சாரம், குண்டிகா மதம், மதோத்தரம், வீணை, த்ரோதலம், த்ரோதலோத்தரம், பஞ்சாமிருதம், ரூபபேதம், பூதோட்டாமரம், குலசாரம், குலோத்தேசம், குலச்சூடாமணி, சர்வஜானோத்தரம், மகாகாளி மதம், அருணேஷம், மோதினீஷம், விருண்டேஸ்வரம், பூர்வதக்ஷம், பஷ்சிமதக்ஷம், உத்தரம், நிருத்தரம், விமலம், விமலேத்தம், தேவி மதம், Matottaram. These are the 64 tantras. The beautiful relationship between Ambigai and Lord Shiva is described here. Even though Ambigai herself could have proposed the tantra and given the bhaktas the experience of mastery over all the 64 tantras, she did not do so. She only requested Lord Shiva to do it himself. Such is the devotion that Ambigai has towards Lord Shiva, and such is the relationship between the two. Chatuhu Shashtya Tantraihi Sakalam Ati Sandhaya Bhuvanam. With the 64 spiritual disciplines which do not follow the Vedic path and only aim at Artha and Kama, having deceived the entire world, Sthitaha Tat Tat Siddhi Prasava Paratantraihi Pashupatihi. Pashupati, Lord Shiva, desisted and just became a pure observer at those tantras which are capable of generating a result restricted to that individually. Punaha Tvat Nirbandhat Akhila Purushartha Eka Ghatana. On your insistence, all the principal objects of life, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, which brings together as one, swatantram, te tantram, kshititalam, avatitarat idam. Independently, your spiritual discipline, the Sri Vidya, expounded in the Shubhagama Panchakam, following the Vedic path and aiming at moksha, Lord Shiva brought it to the surface of the earth and enlightened the bhaktas. The corresponding namas from Lalita Sahasranamam Samayachara Tatpara, she who likes Samayachara, she who can be worshipped stepwise from the Mooladhara Chakra. Mahatantra, she who is the greatest of all Tantra Shastras. Sanakadi Samaradhya, she who is worshipped by Sanakadi Rishis. Swatantra, she who has an independent individual tantra created by herself. Sarvatantreshi, she who is the goddess of all the tantras. This shloka can be chanted for Sarva Anukulya Siddhi, to obtain everything a bhakta longs for, earns for. Thus concludes the explanation of verse 31 of Soundarya Lahari. Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Harihi Om Tatsat. Mahaperiyava Sharanam. Jai Jai Shankara. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Mahaperiyava Sharanam. Shri Soundarya Lahari. Explanation of verse 32. Shiva Shakti Kamaha Kshitiratha Ravi Shita Kiranaha Smaro Hamsa Shakraha Tadanucha Paramara Harayaha Ami Hrillekhabhihi Tisrubhiravasaneshu Ghatita Bhajante Varnaste Tava Janani Nama Vayavatam. Verse 31 talks about Devi's Tantra and Shri Vidya. Pashupati desisted, having deceived all the world with the 64 spiritual disciplines which are capable of generating a result restricted to each individually. But, importuned by you, he caused this, your spiritual discipline, which independently brings together as one all the principal objects of human life, to descend to the surface of the earth. Verse 32 describes Devi's Panchadashi mantra. Let us look at the Padacheda and then detailed explanation. Shivaha Shaktihi Kamaha Kshitihi Athaha Ravihi Shita Kiranaha Smaraha Hamsaha Shakraha Tat Anucha Para Maraha Harayaha Ami Hrillekhabhihi Tisrubhihi Avasaneshu Ghatitaha Bhajante Varnaha Te Tava Janani Nama Avayavatam. This verse describes Ambikai's Panchadashi mantra, which comprises of 15 Bijaksharas. Each of the Bijaksharas has a specific tattva and a significant aksharam. The Panchadashi mantra, the aksharas, need to be received as Upadesha from a Guru alone. Hence, we will not be going into the specific aksharam, rather the tattva behind each of the pada which is given in this verse by Adi Shankara Bhagavad Padal. It is very important, as advised by Kanchi Mahaperiyava, to not go into detailed or self-research without getting proper guidance from a guru. The first line of the verse goes, Shivaha Shaktihi Kamaha Kshitihi Athaha Ravihi Shita Kiranaha. Shivaha, the Bijakshara for Shiva. Shaktihi, the Bijakshara for Shakti. Kamaha, the Bijakshara for Kamadeva. Kshitihi, denoting Mother Earth, the Bijakshara for Earth. Athaha, then Ravihi. Ravihi is Surya, the Bijakshara for Surya Bhagavan. Shita Kiranaha, the one with cool rays, indicating Chandra, moon, the Bijakshara for moon. Shiva, Shaktihi, Kamadeva, Mother Earth followed by sun and the moon. In line 2, Smaraha, Hamsaha, Shakraha, Tat Anu Cha, Para Maraha, Harayaha. Smaraha, again denoting Kamadeva. Hamsaha, the Bijakshara for Hamsa. Shakraha, indicating Lord Indra. Tat Anucha, and following that, Para, Bijakshara for Para. Maraha, again Kamadeva. Harayaha, indicating Hari. Shiva, Shakti, Manmatha, Prithvi, followed by sun and the moon. Manmatha, Hamsa, Indra, again followed by Para, Manmatha and Hari. Ami, Hrillekha bihi tisrubihi avasaneshu ghatitaha. Ami, these Hrillekha bihi tisrubihi, with the 3 Bhuvaneshwari Hrimkaras, avasaneshu ghatitaha, joined at the end. Bhajante, Varnaha te, Tava Janani Nama Avayavatam. Bhajante, they become. Varnaha te, your Bijakshara mantra, your Panchadashi mantra, your syllables. Tava Janani, O mother. Nama Avayavatam, parts of your specific mantra. Shiva, Shakti, Kama, Prithvi, followed by Ravi and Chandra. Smara, Hamsa, Chakra, followed by Para, Mara and Hari. O mother, with the 3 Hrimkaras joined to the ends of these your syllables, they become part of your 15-syllable mantra with the 16th secret syllable stream, which constitutes Shri Vidya Mantra. Lord Shiva gave the Panchadashakshari mantra to the world. This comprises of 15 Bijaksharas. Shiva, Shakti, Kama, along with Prithvi, constitutes the first 4. Agni Gantha, and just above that is the Rudra Granthi. Above this would constitute Surya Bijam, Chandra Bijam, Smara Bijam and Hamsa Bijam, along with the Shakra Bijam. These constitute the Surya Khantam, above which we have the Vishnu Granthi. Above this is the Para Bijam, Mara Bijam, Hari Bijam, constituting the Soma Khantam. Above this is the Brahma Granthi. Constituting, all these constitute the 15 Aksharas, and above the Brahma Granthi is the Chandrakala Khantam. These need to be received by a Bhakta only from a Guru. These 3 Khantas constitute Jnana, Ichcha, Kriya, Shakti, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, the 3 states, Tamasic, Rajasic and Sattva Guna, Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajnanam, the 3 Vrittas. From the Panchadashakshari originated the Pancha Mahabhutas. The first was Akasha, that constituted only Shabda, 1 attribute, followed by Vayu, which has Shabda and Sparsha, 2 attributes, followed by Agni, having Shabdam, Sparsham and Rupam, 3 attributes. Jalam has Shabdam, Sparsham, Rupam and Rasam, and at the end came Prithvi, constituting of Shabdam, Sparsham, Rupam, Rasam and Gandham. If we add these up, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, which is 15, these 15 gunas originated from the 15 Bijaksharas. Shivaha, Shaktihi, Kamaha, Kshitihi, Athaha, Ravihi, Shita Kiranaha. The Bijakshara for Shiva, Shakti, Kama, Prithvi, followed by Surya and Chandra. Smaraha, Hamsaha, Shakraha, Tat Anucha, Paramaraha, Harayaha. Kamadeva, Hamsa, Indra, followed by Para, Kamadeva and Hari. Ami Hrillekhabhihi Tisrubihi Avasaneshu Ghatitaha. These, along with the three Bhuvaneshwari Hrimkaras, join at the end. Bhajante Varnahate Tava Janani Nama Avayavatam. They become your syllables. O Mother, they indeed constitute the 15-syllable mantra. The corresponding namas from Lalita Sahasranamam: Shrimad Vagbhava Kotaika Swarupa Mukha Pankaja. She whose lotus face is the Vagbhava Kota. Kanthada Katiparyanta Madhyakota Swarupini. She whose portion from neck to hip constitutes the Madhyakota. Shakti Kotaikatapanna Kathyado Bhagadharini. She whose portion below the hip is the Shakti Kotha. Moola Mantratmika. She who is the meaning of the Moola Mantra, or she who is the cause of the Moola Mantra. Moola Kothatraya Kalebhara. She whose body is the three parts of the basic mantra. Pancha Dashakshari. The Pancha Dashakshari mantra. Shri Shodashakshari Vidya. She who is the 16-lettered knowledge. Pratibhan Mukyara Kanta Tithi Mandala Pujita. She who is worshipped on all the 15 days from full moon to new moon by the Tithi Devatas. This shloka can be chanted for long life, to obtain wealth, and to attract dhanam, wealth, and janam, people. Thus concludes the explanation of verse 32 of Sri Soundarya Lahari. Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Harihi Om Tatsat. Mahaperiyava Sharanam. Jai Jai Shankara. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Mahaperiyava Sharanam. Sri Soundarya Lahari. Explanation of verse 33. Smaram Yonim Lakshmim Tritaya Midamadav Tava Manoho Nidhayaike Nitye Niravadhi Mahabhoga Rasikaha Bhajanti Tvam Chintamani Gunani Baddhaksha Balayaha Shivagnau Juhvantaha Surabhi Ghrita Dhara Huti Shataihi. Verse 31 describes Devi's Tantra Shri Vidyai. Pashupati desisted, having deceived all the world with the 64 spiritual disciplines which are capable of generating one particular result restricted to each individually. But, importuned by you, he caused this your spiritual discipline, which independently brings together as one all the principal objects of human life, to descend to the surface of the earth. Verse 32 describes Devi's Panchadashi mantra. Shiva, Shakti, Kama and Kshiti, earth. The Bijakshara mantra for these, followed by the sun, the moon, Manmatha, Hamsa and Indra, after which Para, Manmatha and Hari. These syllables all constitute O Mother, along with the three Hrimkaras joined to the ends of these syllables. They become part of your name, your mantra, which is the 15-syllable mantra, the Panchadashi. Verse 33 describes a special Panchadashi mantra called Saubhagya Panchadashi. Let us look at the Padacheda and then detailed explanation. Smaram yonim lakshmim tritayam idam adau tava manoho nidhaya eke nitye niravadhi mahabhoga rasikaha bhajanti tvam chintamani guna nibaddha aksha valayaha shivagnau juhvantaha surabhi ghrita dhara ahuti shataihi. The line 1, Smaram yonim lakshmim tritayam idam adau tava manoho. Smaram, the Bijaksharam for Manmatha. Yonim, the word yoni has various meanings. Here it refers to the Bijaksharam of Bhuvaneshwari. Lakshmim, the Bijaksharam for Lakshmi. Tritayam idam, these three. Adau, in the beginning. Tava manoho, in your mantra that has been mentioned earlier, the Sri Vidya mantra. The Bijaksharam for Smara, Yoni, Lakshmi. These three in the beginning of your mantra. Nidhaya eke nitye niravadhi mahabhoga rasikaha. Nidhaya, having placed. Eke, only a very few. Nitye, Adi Shankarar addresses Ambigai as Nitya, Nitye, the one who is eternal. Niravadhi, experiencing endless joy. Mahabhoga rasikaha, the yogis who experience endless unlimited joy. But such yogis are a very few. Bhajanti tvam chintamani guna nibaddha aksha valayaha. Bhajanti tvam, they worship you. Chintamani, the wish yielding gem. Guna nibaddha aksha valayaha, the circles of Japamala tied by a thread. Shivagnau juhvantaha surabhi ghrita dhara ahuti shataihi. Shivagnau, in the homa, the homagni for Shiva. Here Shiva, the Dirgham, denotes Shakti. Juhvantaha, pouring oblations into the homam, sacrificial fire. Surabhi ghrita, clarified butter obtained from cow, surabhi, which is extremely fragrant. Dhara, flowing like a stream. Ahuti shataihi, offering hundreds of oblations. Having placed these three, the Bijaksharams of Manmatha, Bhuvaneshwari and Lakshmi, in the beginning of your mantra, which is the Sri Vidya mantra, forming the Saubhagya Panchadashi, O Eternal One, Ambike, only a few yogis experience the endless, limitless joy, and such people worship you with Japamala, which is made of Chintamani gems tied by a thread, and offering oblations into the fire of Shiva. Not just one, not just tens, they offer hundreds of oblations into the homa of fragrant streams of clarified butter obtained from cow, surabhi, which is fragrant as well. Ambigai is the powerful manifestation of Bijakshara, Mahasamudra. Smara, the Kama Bijakshara, symbolizing intense love and joy. Yoni, the everlasting motherhood of Bhuvaneshwari Bija, and Lakshmi, all the Aishwaryam. The triple experience is nothing but paramount bliss. Mahayogi Ganas carrying Chintamani Malas are ever engrossed in the Nirantara Japa Parikriya, wherein in Trikona Rupa Shivagni Jwalas are formed by pouring Kamadhenu Ghrita Dharas, which is the clarified butter from Kamadhenu. The simple and plain meaning here is that Jagat Janani, as the Bhakta Sadhakas, even having secured the outstandingly precious Chintamani Mala, would not get tempted by materialistic desires like Kanakadharas, and even by the Kamadhenu freely fulfilling earthly wishes, but they would rather utilize these unique means of Chintamani and Kamadhenu to invoke Shivagni Jwala to accomplish Shivatva instead. In the other words, Devi Upasana is done to purely obtain bliss of Shiva Aikyata and never yielding to the temptations of Kama. Smaram Yonim Lakshmi Tritayam Idam Adau Tava Manoho. The Bhijakshara of Smara, Kamadeva, Bhijaksharam of Bhuvaneshwari, and Bhijaksharam of Lakshmi. These three in the beginning of your mantra, which was mentioned in the previous verse. Nidhaya Eke Nitye Niravadhi Mahabhoga Rasikaha. Having placed in your mantra only a few, O eternal Ambige, experience endless joy. And these are the yogis. And what do? Bhajanti Tvam Chintamani Guna Nibaddha Aksha Valayaha. They worship you, the wish-yielding gem, holding circles of Japamala, which is tied by a thread. Shivagno Juhvantaha Surabhi Ghrita Dhara Ahuti Shataihi. In the fire of Shiva, Shakti, pouring oblations into the sacrificial fire with fragrant clarified butter from Kamadhenu cow as a stream with hundreds of oblations. This special mantra is called Saubhagya Panchadashi. The corresponding namas from Lalita Sahasranamam: Chitagni Kunda Sambhuta, the one who arose from Chitagni; Mahayaga Kramaradhya, one who is methodically worshipped in the Mahayaga; Yajna Rupa, one who is the form of Yajna. This shloka can be chanted for Sakala Aishwarya Prapti, to gain different kinds of wealth. Thus concludes the explanation of verse 33 of Sri Soundarya Lahari. Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Harihi Om Tatsat. Mahaperiyava Sharanam. Jai Jai Shankara. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Mahaperiyava Sharanam. Sri Soundarya Lahari. Explanation of verse 34. Shariram Tvam Shambhoho Shashi Mihira Vaksho Ruhayugam Tavatmanam Manye Bhagavati Navatmana Managam Atashesha Sheshiti Ayamubhaya Sadharanataya Sthitas Sambandhovam Samarasa Parananda Parayoho. Verse 31 describes Devi's Tantra Shri Vidyai. Pashupati desisted, having deceived all the world with the 64 spiritual disciplines which are capable of generating one particular result restricted to each individually. But, importuned by you, he caused this your spiritual discipline, which independently brings together as one all the principal objects of human life, to descend to the surface of the earth. Verse 32 describes Devi's Panchadashi mantra. Shiva, Shakti, Kama and Kshiti, earth. The Bhijakshara mantra for these, followed by the sun, the moon, Manmatha, Hamsa, and Indra, after which Para, Manmatha and Hari, these syllables all constitute, O Mother, along with the three Hrimkaras joined to the ends of these syllables, they become part of your name, your mantra, which is the 15-syllable mantra, the Panchadashi. Verse 33 describes the Saubhagya Panchadashi mantra. Having placed the three Smara, Yoni, Lakshmi in the beginning of your mantra, Nitya, O the Eternal One, few sacred people of endless great sacrifice worship you with circles of Japamala rosary, with the Chintamani gems tied by the thread, and by pouring oblations into the fire of Shiva, with hundreds of oblations of fragrant streams of clarified butter. Verse 34 once again describes the Shiva Shakti Aikyam, the union of Shiva and Parvati, and how both of them are one and the same. Let us look at the Padacheda and then detailed explanation. Shariram Tvam Shambhoho Shashi Mihira Vakshoruha Yugam Tava Atmanam Manye Bhagavati Nava Atmanam Anagham Ataha Sheshaha Sheshi Iti Ayam Ubhaya Sadharanataya Sthitaha Sambandhaha Vam Samarasa Parananda Parayoho. In the first line, Shariram Tvam Shambhoho Shashi Mihira Vakshoruha Yugam. In the earlier verses, we have seen how Shakti is the crucial part of Shiva. Shiva is not able to perform anything. He is just a body without Shakti. In this verse, Adi Shankara Bhagavad Padal starts with the explanation, Shariram Tvam Shambhoho. You are indeed the body of Shambhu. Shashi Mihira, the body with Shashi, moon, Mihira, sun, Vakshoruha Yugam. She is endowed with sun and moon as her bosoms. While the earlier verses explained that Shakti is the power inside the body, this verse says Shakti indeed is the body of Shiva himself. The sun and the moon are said to be the two bosoms. Why so? Sun is the crucial energy giver for the entire universe. We all know that plants manufacture food only in the presence of sunlight. Indeed, this has been described in our ancient Shastras and Vedas. Similarly, moon is associated with the mental state of a human being. The state of the moon, for example, the full moon and the new moon are connected with how stable a mind is. A person who does not have a stable mind is said to be a lunatic. Indeed, lunar is the word that describes moon in English. Sun for the physical aspect of the being and moon for the mental aspect of the being. Shariram Tvam Shambhoho Shashi Mihira Vakshoruha Yugam. You are indeed the body of Shambhu. You have sun and moon as your bosoms. Tava Atmanam Manye Bhagavati Nava Atmanam Anagham. Tava Atmanam Manye. I consider your body, Tava Atmanam, Bhagavati. In this verse, Shankara Bhagavad Padal uses Bhagavati as Ambigai's Nama. O Bhagavati, the consort of Bhagavan, O the glorious one. Nava Atmanam, the one who has 9 vyuhas, 9 parts, namely Kala, Kula, Nama, Jnana, Chitta, Nada, Bindu, Kala and Jiva. This indicates the Mahakala Bhaira Swarupam of Parameshwara. And correspondingly, Ambika is said to be the Mahakala Bhairavi. Anagham, and being Bhagavati, who has the 6 bhagas like Aishwaryam, Moksham, etc. She is the one who is sinless. She is pure. She does not have anything that is negative in her. Bhagavati is the body of Shambhu, and she has the moon and sun as her bosoms. Shankara Bhagavad Padal says, O Bhagavati, you are indeed the Atma for the Nava Atmanam, the one having 9 parts, indicating Mahakala Bhairavar, and you are sinless. Ataha Sheshaha Sheshi iti ayam ubhaya sadharanataya. Ataha, therefore, Sheshaha Sheshi. Sheshaha is something that remains, and Seshi is the principal source. We can consider this as master and slave. Sheshaha Sheshi. If Ambigai is the master, Shiva becomes the slave. If Shiva is the master, Ambigai becomes the slave. Iti ayam ubhaya sadharanataya. This kind of nature is very common to you both. It is as though you both are on 2 sides of the balance. You both are one and the same. Mathematically, if A is equal to B, B is equal to A and B are one and the same. Therefore, if we consider Sheshaha, Sheshi, if one is Sheshaha, the accessory, the other becomes Sheshi. This nature is common to you both. Sthitaha Sambandhaha Vam Samarasa Parananda Parayoho. Sthitaha, there exists Sambandhaha, a relationship, Vam, between you two. Samarasa, which is equipoised. Parananda, the bliss or Shiva, and Parayoho, the consciousness or Shakti. O Bhagavati, you are the body of Shambhu, endowed with sun, moon for the bosoms. Shakti is accessory to Shiva, the principle at the time of dissolution. I consider you, the sinless one, to be the Atma of Shiva with 9 parts, and you are his body too. Here, Shiva is the accessory to Shakti, the principle at the time of creation. Therefore, this relationship of nature, which is accessory principle, Sheshaha Sheshi, exists being common to you both, who are Parananda and Para, equipoised. Hey Bhagavati, you are resting on Bhagavan Shambhu's chest as though Suryan and Chandran are heavily stooping on your own chest. Janani, you are the manifestation of Surya and Chandra as your bosoms. In other words, you are of the body profile of Maheshwara, with Surya and Chandra as the celestial bodies of your bosoms. Thus, your mutual relationship with Ishvara is linked to your body accessories of his essentiality. Basically, your transcendental consciousness is equipoised by his transcendental bliss. Thus, the relationship is linked to Paramatma, the unknown and unrealizable truth, versus the make-believe Mahamaya, or still the Sthanu plus the Adi Shakti. Kanchi Mahaswami describes Amba's cosmic form in 2 successive stanzas. This shloka 34 and the next one 35. In 34, Acharya says, Hey Ambike, you are Parameshwara's body. Shambho Shariram Tvam. In an earlier context, he had said that she had stolen his entire body and not just half of it as Ardhanarishwari. But here, the body is not red in color or female. It does not have the forehead eye and the crescent moon. Ambigai here is Ishvara's body, which embraces millions and millions of Brahmananda's Virat Swarupa, a form which embraces all the worlds and fills all the space. For Paramatma, the universe constitutes his body, and it is the Parabrahman that is the life in it, the Atma in it, and it is again the Parabrahman that imparts not only life to Prapancha, but also knowledge and forms the basis for all its functions. The first stanza of Soundarya Lahari, as we recall, Shiva without Shakti is Shiva as Thanu, inert, insentient, and Ambigai is the activizer of the body. Shiva without Shakti is Shava. Mother, you are the body of Shambhu. Thus, to glorify Ambigai, she is the life-providing and energizing force of Nirguna Brahman, the functionless and quiescent. She is the Jnana Shakti, the cause of self-awareness of Sthanu Brahman. When Saguna Brahman is activated by Kameshwari, Ishvara himself becomes functional and conducts the world. Thus, the world or the cosmos becomes his body, and the life, along with its power of action, becomes Ishvara. Shariram Tvam Shambhoho Shashi Mihira Vakshoruha Yugam. You are the body of Shambhu with sun and moon as your bosoms. Tava Atmanam Manye Bhagavati Nava Atmanam Anagham. O Ambike Bhagavati, you are sinless, you are pure, and you are the Atma, I believe, for the one having 9 parts, indicating Mahakala Bhairavar. Ataha Sheshaha Sheshi iti ayam ubhaya sadharanataya. Therefore, the accessory principle of the nature of this is common to you both. Sthitaha Sambandhaha Vam Samarasa Parananda Parayoho. There exists a relationship between you two which is equipoised. Parananda, the transcendent bliss or Shiva, and the Para, consciousness or Shakti. In Lalita Sahasranamam, there are various namas that indicate the unique relationship between the namas of both Shiva and Shakti. For example, Shiva and Shiva, Shambhu and Shambhavi, Sarveshwara and Sarveshwari, Mridapriya, Bhairavi, Shivadoti, Shivaradhya, Shivankari, Shivapriya, Sada Shiva, Shivakameshwarangastha, Kaulini. Essentially, this verse reinforces the fact that Shiva and Shakti are not different from each other. They are one and the same. We just perceive them differently for our internal understanding. This shloka can be chanted for the development of mutual liking in a couple. It can also be chanted to eradicate all sorts of fears in this life. Thus concludes the explanation of verse 34 of Sri Soundarya Lahari. Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Harihi Om Tatsat. Mahaperiyava Sharanam. Jai Jai Shankara. Shri Guru Namaha. Mahaperiyava Sharanam. Sri Soundarya Lahari. Explanation of verse 35. Manastvam Vyomatvam Marudasi Marutsarathirasi Tvamapastvam Bhumihi Tvai Parinatayam Nahi Param Tvameva Swatmanam Parinamayitum Vishwavapusha Chidanandakaram Shiva Yuvati Bhavena Bhibhrishe. Verse 31 describes Devi's Tantra, Shri Vidyai. Pashupati desisted, having deceived all the world with the 64 spiritual disciplines which are capable of generating one particular result restricted to each individually. But, importuned by you, he caused this your spiritual discipline, which independently brings together as one all the principal objects of human life, to descend to the surface of the earth. Verse 32 describes Devi's Panchadashi mantra. Shiva, Shakti, Kama and Kshiti, earth, the Bhijakshara mantra for these, followed by the sun, the moon, Manmatha, Hamsa and Indra, after which Para, Manmatha and Hari, these syllables all constitute, O Mother, along with the 3 Hrimkaras joined to the ends of these syllables, they become part of your name, your mantra, which is the 15-syllable mantra, the Panchadashi. Verse 33 describes the Saubhagya Panchadashi mantra. Having placed the 3 Smara, Yoni, Lakshmi in the beginning of your mantra, Nitya, O the Eternal One, few sacred people of endless great sacrifice worship you with circles of Japamala rosary, with the Chintamani gems tied by the thread, and by pouring oblations into the fire of Shiva, with hundreds of oblations of fragrant streams of clarified butter. Verse 34 speaks about the Aikyam, the unity or the union of Shiva and Parvati. O Bhagavati, you are the body of Shambhu. You have sun and moon as your bosoms. Shakti is accessory to Shiva, who is the principle at the time of dissolution. You are the sinless one with 9 parts Shiva as your body. Shiva is the accessory to Shakti, who is the principle at the time of creation. Therefore, this relationship of the nature of accessory principle exists as being common to both of you, who are the Parananda and the Para equipoised. Verse 35 describes the presence of Devi in the various chakras in various forms. Let us look at the Padacheda and then detailed explanation. Manaha Tvam Vyoma Tvam Marut Asi Marut Sarathihi Asi Tvam Apaha Tvam Bhumihi Tvayi Parinatayam Nahi Param Tvam Eva Swa Atmanam Parinamayitum Vishwa Vapusha Chit Ananda Akaram Shiva Yuvati Bhavena Bibhrishe. Manaha Tvam Vyoma Tvam Marut Asi Marut Saratihi Asi. Manaha Tvam, you are the mind, which is the element in the Ajna Chakra. Vyoma Tvam, Vyoma is space. You are the space in the element of Vishuddhi Chakra. Marut Asi, Marut, wind. You are the air, wind, the element in the Anahata Chakra. Marut Sarathihi Asi, Sarathi, friend of Vayu Bhagavan, who is Agni Bhagavan, fire. You are the fire, the element in the Swadhisthana Chakra. Tvam Apaha Tvam Bhumihi Tvayi Parinatayam Nahi Param. Apaha, water. Tvam Apaha, you are water. Tvam Bhumihi, you are earth. You are water, the element in Manipura Chakra. You are Prithvi, earth, the element in Mooladhara Chakra. Tvayi parinatayam nahi param. When you have transformed, in the sense, it is the same Parabrahman that is displayed or visualized as various forms in the universe. When Ambigai has transformed, indeed there is nothing else. There is only one Parabrahman that is being perceived as different beings. The concept of Advaita is stated here. Just like we have different kinds of jewelries, bangles, earrings, necklaces, which are all made of same base element, which is gold. Similarly, it is only Ambigai who has taken different forms, who is displaying herself in various forms. Tvam eva swa atmanam parinamayitum vishwa vapusha. Tvam eva, you yourself, swa atmanam, your own self, parinamayitum vishwa vapusha, transforms into the entire universe, transforms as various beings in the entire universe. Chit ananda akaram shiva yuvati bhavena bibhrishe. Chit ananda akaram, the form of consciousness, the bliss, Chit Shakti and Ananda Bhairava, or the form of Brahman preceding creation. Shiva Yuvati, the wife of Shiva, Bhavena, as an intent, Bibhrishe, you take, you bear. She is indeed the cause, the source of various beings in the universe. However, she takes various forms, transforming herself into various beings of the universe, and takes the stand as the consort of Shiva. Ambigai is the mind, she is the space, she is Vayu, air, she is fire, she is water, she is earth. When she has transformed thus, there is nothing else indeed. She transforms her very own self into the universe and bears the form of consciousness, bliss by intention, as the wife of Shiva. Ambigai's cosmic form is described in two successive verses, 34 and 35. In 34, Acharya says, Amba, you are Parameshwara's body. Shambhoho Shariram Tvam. In an earlier context, he says that she had stolen his entire body and not just half of it, as Ardhanarishwari. But here, the body is not red in color. It also does not have forehead eye and the crescent moon. Ambigai here is Ishvara's body, which embraces millions and millions of Brahmanandas, the Virat Swarupa, a form which embraces all the worlds and fills all the space. For Paramatma, the entire universe constitutes his body, and it is that Parabrahman, that is the life in it, the Atma in it, and again the Parabrahman that imparts not only life but also knowledge and forms the basis of all its function. The first stanza of Soundarya Lahari is recalled as Shiva without Shakti, where Shiva as Thanu, inert, insentient, and Ambal is the activizer of the body. Shiva without Shakti is Shava. Mother, you are the body of Shambhu. Thus, to glorify Ambigai, she is the life-providing and energizing force of Nirguna Brahman, the functionless and the quiescent. She is the Jnana Shakti, the cause of self-awareness of Sthanu Brahman. When Saguna Brahman is activated by Kameshwari, Ishvara himself becomes functional and conducts the world. Thus the world or the cosmos becomes his body, and the life on it, the power of action, becomes Ishvara. Kameshwari, who is the Icha Shakti, the power of desire, goads Brahman, the primordial reality. It is that Brahman that becomes Ishvara with attributes as Saguna through Maya to conduct the worldly affairs. Hence, Shariram Tvam Shambhoho. Although the first of this stanza can be explained according to the Advaita and Sankhya system, later along it belongs actually to Kaula and Samaya traditions of Shakta. The outward worship with yantras and idols is Kaula, while Samayacharam is adorning Ambal in one's own Hridayakasha, the heart space, completely conceptually. This is the beautiful interpretation and unique analysis of Kanchi Mahaswami as described in Devatin Kural. Manaha Tvam Vyoma Tvam Marut Asi Marut Sarathihi Asi. You are the mind, the element in Ajna Chakra. You are the space, the element in Vishuddhi Chakra. You are the air, element in Anahata Chakra, and you are the fire, the element in Swadhisthana Chakra. Tvam Apaha Tvam Bhumihi Tvayi Parinatayam Nahi Param. You are the water, element in Manipura Chakra. You are the earth, element in Mooladhara Chakra. There is nothing else indeed when you have transformed thus. Tvam eva swa atmanam parinamayitum vishwa vapusha. You yourself thus transform your own self into the entire universe. Chit ananda akaram shiva yuvati bhavena vibhrishe. The form of consciousness and bliss, Chit Shakti and Ananda Bhairava, or the form of Brahman preceding creation. O wife of Shiva, Shakti, thus you take the form of Shiva's consort. The corresponding namas from Lalita Sahasranamam: Shiva Priya, she who is dear to Shiva, she for whom Shiva is dear to. Manomayi, she who is in the form of mind. Panchabhuteshi, she who is the form of 5 elements. Shiva, she who is the consort of Shiva and she who depicts auspiciousness. Bhumarupa, she who is in the form of Bhumi, Prithvi. This shloka can be chanted to cure all kinds of diseases. Thus concludes the explanation of verse 35 of Sri Soundarya Lahari. Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Harihi Om Tatsat. Mahaperiyava Sharanam. Jai Jai Shankara. Hara Hara Shankara.